We're looking at Chapter 6, Practice. So this is PR6 Pacific Northwest Sports Team. I've already done Step 1 and renamed this. So now, let's go to Step 2. So we're going to copy the range and the season stats. So we're looking at B11. And we want to do from B11 to G22. And we want to copy that into the same range in the player stats. So B11, and on my keyboard I just pressed the Control-C for copy and Control-V for paste. So here we're going to group the sheets. So I'm going to right click, select all. And then we're going to do some steps, but when we do it on one sheet, it's going to actually do them for both of them. So it says in C22, we're going to do a count. So we're going to say count A. So we'll need to count all the X's in rows 12 through 21. And right now there's 0 because I haven't played any. And then it says in E22, do a sum. So we're going to say a sum formula, and that's going to be all the shots. And then we're going to do the same for F2. And then for G12, we're going to do a percentage. So we're going to take the number of shots divided by the number of goals. And we don't want an error message, right? So right now it's an error message. So in order to keep that error message from going, we're going to actually have to change this to an if statement. So we're going to say if, and let's check the denominator first. So I'm going to say if F22 is greater than 0, then we're going to enter in that division. If not, we're going to enter in 0. Okay. So that gives us a 0 without the error message. We're going to copy this so that we have the zeros all through the percentages. Okay. For an extra challenge, put the banded row format back in G12. So notice how all those colors went away. We don't want that. So I'm going to go Control-Z, and when I go up, let's see, we're going to say fill without formatting. So now it knows I want the banded rows, but I want the formulas to copy, not the formats. Ungroup the sheets so we can see both of them have the exact same. And we're going to save this as a template. So I'm going to come up here, File, Save as Template. Okay, so that was a template. So now that template can be used for any team. You can use it several times, all right, and it's going to keep creating this new sheet, new workbook that all the teams can use. All right, so now let's start entering in some information. So in D3, the team name, we're going to say High Flyers. In D4, let's say Fall 2020. For the organization, we'll say Pacific Northwest Soccer. All right, so enter your name, all of that, pretend you're a coach. So first name, your number. Well, you don't have to get your number, you can do a fake one. Email address, right, you can make up one again. So let's say soccercoach@hmail.com. And then we're going to go to 4 copies of this. So let's make some copies. And we're going to do player 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now it says group the 4 player, or the player sheets. So I'm going to group those with the shift button. And now in D4, so D4, the team name, well, we're going to point to whatever the stats name is. and it does this thing. So we want to change that a little bit and just say D3. There we go. Now in D5, we're going to point to D4. And again, make sure it just says D4. For D6, we're going to point to that season stat sheet D5 and make sure it's only D5. And then let's start with player 1. Oh, and hopefully you didn't do what I did and make a mistake. So all of yours should actually say that. So let me fix my mistake. Okay, so player 1 is going to be Juan Ramirez. And then we have some information to type for him for the 10 games. And you'll notice that we have some things changing. And actually, I think I have these backwards, because we want to take the goals out of the shots. Sorry about that, and I caught that because total season should only be 100% or 1, not the whole thing. Okay, so then we have some more people to enter, so I'm going to keep entering some player data. Okay, so we've made up our information for players 4 and 5. Now we're going to go to the stats sheet, and in C2 we're going to actually do a sum for several sheets. So we're going to enter a 3D formula to count A, so count A, and then we are going to count all the players in what they have. And then we're going to keep that and drag it down through D20. So this one should be a sum formula. And then we want to have a sum over here. And now in E12, we're going to do a sum formula. So as we were doing that, you'll notice the banded rows may have changed, so we need to fix those banded rows. And now we have our banded rows fixed. We have our percentages for all of these. And let's check our print preview. So page layout, check our print preview. And let's look at the whole entire workbook. And you can see that we don't have all the information. So something went wrong. So let's go back. And let's check our print area. So we want our print area to be all of this. And set that print area. And we have to do these individually. So now when we come to print preview, we should be able to see the whole sheet.